Hello, beautiful souls. Welcome, my Capricorn friends and friends of Capricorn. This is the Divine Phoenix Rising Tarot, and hey, I'm Zachary. Thank you guys for joining me here, and welcome to my table. So, all messages here are timeless. If this message does resonate with you, it is for you. Please know that. So, Capricorn, looking at your energy here, we'll just get into the reading. Looking at your energy in meditation prior, what came through was I did get a glyph. I did get a symbol. First, I was shown a UFO with those not laser beams, but like teleportation beams, the tractor beams. There we go. Thank you, whoever said that. Tractor beams. And then I was shown this symbol. So I'm going to show this to you here. You can pause the video to write it out to use for later, and I'll give you instruction on what to do with it. So I was given the term elevated exit with this symbol. So this symbol, first of all, very much reminds me of when it came to me, reminds me of like being in the belly of a snake. So this is kind of that central belly portion. The point of this glyph is to help bring you up out of a situation where you may be feeling trapped. Just before I started recording here too, I got the term delegate or delegation. So like a delegated exit as well. There's something about removing yourself from a situation that you either desperately need to be away from or you just need not be in. So this is to help remove you from that belly of the beast here, belly of the snake. So the instructions with this symbol is to draw it over your food, actually. So I was given the instruction to eat or digest this. And I don't like the idea of eating paper. If you want to eat the paper, you do you, boo-boo. But yeah, so to draw it over your food, almost like a prayer, or a form of a prayer. You can draw that on your water as well. But this is meant to help get you up out of a situation that isn't working for you, okay? So let's get into your tarot reading here, Capricorn. And first of all, huge shout out to all my channel members. Thank you guys so much for your love and support. If you're interested in becoming a channel member yourself, there is a join button right next to the subscribe button under this video. I do offer personal readings. If you're curious about that, there's a link in the description here as well to check out my website. That is open and available for now. Okay, so let's get into it. This is the Fortuna deck I'm going to start with. And I'm switching this up a little bit, you guys. I did pre-shuffle off camera, so I'm just going to give this a couple of good shuffles, and then we'll just get into it. What do we have for Capricorn, please, Spirit? Capricorn, Capricorn. Okay, Nine of Keys to start. So this is your hopes and dreams. Nine of Swords. Along the same lines as removing yourself from the belly of a beast here. This is anxiety, this is fear. Something that is taking over your sleeping life as well as your waking life because it is that potent. The venom is that potent. So you're hoping to get on up out of this situation, which is totally understandable. Capricorn. Oh. Thought I was helping myself out here with my setup, but I'm just getting in my own way. Maybe you're getting in your own way too. I don't know. So second deck here we're working with is the Wild Unknown Tarot. And this is a general message, everybody, so please use your head, heart, and intuition to decipher which messages are for you. You are a powerful co-creator here as well. Don't you forget that, okay? And feel free to check out your rising moon and Venus if you'd like, any other major placements in your chart. So Son of Pentacles, this is your fear aversion. Being Knight of Pentacles. I feel like the fear, anxiety here is that that maybe you are stuck or that there is restriction to your movement or that you just can't move again or you don't know what that looks like. So there's just fear surrounding what the reality of moving again looks like. Maybe you are actually looking at moving. Let's get into it. Let's see. Okay, so to start in your general, you guys have King of Candles, King of Wands. I do feel like you guys are in a position right now where you're working to gain some autonomy again, like to fill your passion tanks is what they said. This is a leader, okay? Qualities of a leader, somebody who gets the job done by entrusting, delegating, there we go. I feel like you may need to garner some help or assistance right now from others as you are making this elevated exit. We aren't here to be an island. We are powerful ourselves, but we are designed to connect here. And I do feel like there is a message about success through connection for you guys right now. Four of Cups comes in here next to clarify. I do feel like there is an opportunity to make a clean getaway is what's coming through. But there is, interesting. There may even need to be, or a need for sneakiness or secrecy is what comes through. To move in the quiet of the night. Okay. But it was a king, not a knight. To move in the quiet of the night. Okay, thank you, Spirit. Say that again. In the night, it is bright. Something about a light. There is a light in the darkness here, and you may not be able to like see it with your eyes, but there's a request to like feel the warmth going by feel here because you're in the belly of the snake. Okay, it's dark, yeah. There is light that is available, but you're being asked to feel it out instead of like to sense it out. Interesting. Okay. Anything else here on general energy for Capricorn? This is the This May Hurt Tarot. The Emperor. Okay, so we are definitely in Three of Wands. Expansion leads to elevation. Okay. What I'm getting is that whatever the situation is that you're working to get yourself out of or to remove from your life, whether this is a person, place, thing, vegetable, mineral, animal, the way out of the belly of the snake here is through expansion, through your own expansion. So I feel like there is the Emperor here. I feel like there is like your power is in where you're placing your focus, right? If your focus is on the dream, I say this, you're focusing on running towards the dream instead of focusing on running away from the nightmare, you are always going to manifest more what it is that you're looking for. It's always going to be more in line with your highest good. So that sounds tricky, being in the belly of the snake here, focusing on where the good is, where the positive is outside of this situation. Yes, that sounds tricky. But it is the way that you get yourself out of this situation as cleanly as possible. I do feel drawn back to that enlisting or delegating to others. I don't feel like this, like to fill you up, okay, fill you with hot air like a balloon. So like a healthy ego inflation is what's coming through. If you need bolstering of your self-esteem right now in order to make it through the darkness here, which it sounds like you do, ask your friends, those closest to your family, those that love and cherish you and respect you, to remind you of your light. Because I feel like that is the biggest issue for you right now, is remembering who you are, remembering how wonderful and bright and beautiful you are, right, Capricorn? So getting into the good stuff here, you have Princess of Keys. So Princess is Page, so Page of Swords here. You are being asked to be curious yourself right now. Like there's always a learning lesson in everything. The blessing, the blessings in the lesson. That's what's coming through. Thanks, Spirit. And I know a lot of times that's not like, it's not a super comfortable answer or really what we want to hear. But, and so sorry, it sounds like there's like dogs fighting outside here. My neighbors are really, really good about making as much noise as possible once I start filming, so it's fun. We're having fun. Princess of Keys, though. So Page of Swords. You guys are getting asked to focus on what it is that you are learning in this situation. How did you get yourself into the belly of the snake in the first place? I feel it's important to step away from like right or wrong, black and white, like I messed up here or it's not about that. Even being in the belly of the snake here is not a mistake. It's a mistake by your ego, as far as your ego goes, right? As long as we're here and learning, we're not really making mistakes as a soul. So blessings in the lesson, okay, you guys? Eight of Wands too comes through. I do feel like this darkness being in the snake here, the snaky snake. I do feel like you guys were, whatever the situation is, like you were lured in by the warmth of the campfire here. It's kind of, there's a lightning strike in the center of these wands. It reminds me of kind of like a fire's glow. This person or this job or this living situation, whatever it is that you're in currently, there was an allure to it. And to be honest with you, I feel like I said, stepping away from mistake or not mistake, the snake was not a mistake. It was an opportunity to learn something big. And I feel like the lesson here is in the way that you connect with others, the way that you give your energy and receive that energy back, and how that fills your cups or fills your sails. So whatever the situation is, I do feel like it's important to remember that it's not about a mistake or not. Like, your soul chose to go through this situation for its own growth. That's the important part about this. Okay, what else do we have here in the good stuff for Capricorn? Yeah, 10 of Cups. Okay, Knight of Cups here at the bottom too. Again, I feel like this situation, whatever the snake is, there was a draw for you in getting a need filled or having an itch scratched. And I feel like that can sound kind of superficial, and it doesn't feel superficial, especially with the 10 of Cups. This is like you were heeding the call of the divine. I feel like the divine led you to this situation. No matter how shitty this may feel right now, whatever the situation is that you're going through, it was on purpose. Whoever it is that you're engaging with right now, be it work, relationship, whatever, I feel like you guys had contractual evidence is what comes through. It's interesting. I feel like you had a contract to make this happen. I feel at some point you'll feel safer to go back and look for the contractual evidence. Right now, what is important is to get yourself out of the belly of that snake. Remember, that doesn't make sense, Spirit. How it started is how it will begin. Oh, okay. Aha. So the situation, whatever it is that you're working to get out of right now, that same intuitive response or draw that brought you into this situation is that same mechanism that's going to move you to wherever it is that you need to be next. Thank you, Spirit. That makes sense. Like, what? That's not the same. Okay, so what's in the dark here, what you may not see coming? You have the Four of Candles. 4 of Wands, 1333 on the timer, 333. Expansion. I feel like you guys are expanding to elevate or to ascend. So the Four of Candles is about crossing a threshold, accomplishing something. There is celebration and excitement with those that you love, adore, respect. That team that you're reaching out to remind you of who you are right now is that same team that you are expressing gratitude with, okay, in this situation. So what you don't see is the finish line in this situation. And I mean, a finish line is just a starting point for another journey, but for all intents and purposes, with this reading, you are finishing, you're getting out of that snake, okay? That sneaky snake. 3 of Wands comes in here too. Expansion. You guys are just expanding, my goodness. So as far as what you don't see coming here too, you don't see that you are expanding. What I'm getting is like this feeling of consuming food and being disconnected from the response, a hunger response or a full response. So this food that you're consuming right now is the light or energy from your support system that's helping bolster your esteem right now. What you don't see is that it is inflating your self-worth, and not in a negative or unhealthy way. I feel like this is a situation for those of you this is for. This is a situation where you need that. You need to be reminded of where you belong, okay? So what you don't see happening or feel happening is that expansion, but it is happening. You have to trust those around you that you know you trust, that light is there, even if you can't see it. Okay. Last piece here on general This is so funny. I love it. Okay, so the hangman comes through here. The reason I laugh is because I've got the box to this deck sitting on a table right in front of me, and on the box is a picture of the hangman. So it was this that got me to understand what I was talking about sooner. It just was funny, just funny. So again, yes, you're in this place of pause. You don't see the expansion happening right now, but you will very soon. Like it's going to come right before you're about to cross that threshold. You're going to go, yep, okay, I get why I'm doing what I'm doing. And it's not, okay. I feel like there's this precariousness to make sure that you trust somebody, right? This is why it's important to have family and a tribe that we trust, because there are moments in our life where we do need to go to those who know us and love us and want the best for us and remind us of what that even is. If this is somebody that you don't necessarily trust, or there's been issues in the past, this is an opportunity where you could be taken advantage of or moved in a direction that isn't for your best. So the warning in this situation is don't talk to everybody about getting out of the belly of the snake. This is a situation that you are reaching your hands out to your brothers, your sisters, your siblings, okay? Be they blood or otherwise, your family, your unit, okay? They will help you see what you need to see, but be careful about who you talk to things about, okay? So, yeah, no, totally, Spirit. Okay, the obstacle that you guys have here, the difficulty you're experiencing, you have 3 of candles, 3 of wands, which is what you don't see coming, is that expansion. So the issue here, the obstacle here is the expansion itself. Like I was saying earlier, I feel like it is this, like it gives me anxiety thinking about times in my life where I've experienced that feeling. Where maybe I know there's growth happening, but I can't feel it. I can't see where this is going, right? And just running on faith that you are being led in the right direction. As long as you are using your instincts and intuition towards those that you're sharing this expansion with, that's your job right now. Your job isn't to see where the expansion is heading. And that's the difficult part here. Because you want to know, right? I want to know. I get it. 6 of Wands comes through here too as your obstacle. This is victory. This is celebrating. So that 4 of candles that came through here in what you don't see coming, I do feel like there is a victory, and this is, victory. There's victory in both of those. There's crossing a threshold. The difficulty here is I'm just getting this feeling of like it's such a push. It's such a pressure to expand, to blow that belly of that snake open. Once you do that, that energy will then need to go somewhere. Like it's pushing up against the force of the snake, right? And once that snake is gone, then you're just this ball of expansion. And where's it going to go? Round and round we go. Where it stops, or where Capricorn stops, who freaking knows, right? So that's kind of what I'm getting here is not knowing where your path is after that. There might be a little bit of fear over recognizing in this process your worth or where you're going after that. Okay? How does Capricorn approach this challenge, please, Spirit? Ooh. Justice. As balanced as possible. And fair. Fairness is coming through too. What's coming through? This is interesting. So being in the belly of the snake here, Magician at the bottom. Your will to thy will to your will. Circuitous will. Okay, we'll get into that. With justice here, though, what I'm getting with the snake, so the snake, whoever this is, what I'm getting is that there's not necessarily a reason to blame the snake that you're in the belly of the snake. Like there isn't necessarily somebody to blame in this situation. It is just what it is. You both came into this situation for very particular reasons to learn and to grow. This snake, like if you think about it as a literal example, that snake was just eating, okay? You were a meal to this snake. Whether that's a job, a person, like I said, a living situation. I'm just getting this feeling of there's not necessarily karma or anything attached. Nobody did anything wrong, is what I'm trying to say. It may be the wrong situation for you right now. At one time, it wasn't. So it's important right now to be fair about your exit. Okay, you're blowing this. You're blowing this freaking snake up, right? There isn't any additional pressure or movement that needs to be taken towards the snake, is what's coming through. Interesting. Okay, okie doke. Let's keep moving. So 3 main pieces of advice here for Capricorn, please, Spirit. Peace and contentment are coming to you. Yes, outside of the belly of the snake there. Totally. I definitely feel that. 10 of Cups, Emperor, Hangman, and Justice. These are all energies that are moving you towards a more peaceful vibration. Happiness, new discoveries that lead to celebrations. Love yourself first. I'm brought to that concept of like, it's really important to step away from blame and shame towards you or others in this situation. I very much get, for most of you or entirely, this isn't a situation about blame or shame. And if you get stuck in that place, then you're not learning the lesson. The blessing in the lesson. Oh my God. Oh, okay. Leap of faith and abundance came out here. Taking a risk, stepping into the beauty of the unknown, an inflow of money, love, or rewards. I feel like the more smooth that you can approach this transition of getting out of the belly of the snake here, of ascending, taking your exit, you are moving yourself closer to, this is the leap, is trusting that. Trusting that this isn't a situation where it needs to be a fight. There isn't a winner, there isn't a loser. And this is something that's really difficult for the ego to handle. A lot of the times, well, most of the time, it's great, right? Our ego, our judge and jury, our need for justice tells us that there has to be a bad guy and there has to be a good guy. And the reality is life is way more complicated than that. It's okay if that is the situation sometimes, but what's coming through is that this isn't that. You are the good guy by taking care of your needs, right? That's the important thing. And this snake is no longer your problem. They can take care of themselves, but it's not about good or bad, okay? So that's the leap of faith you need to take, is trusting that energy that moves you towards your abundance. Cool. So let's move into your animal energy here, please, Spirit, for Capricorn. Ooh. So you have the deer and the peacock. Interesting. Because the peacock is all about, the peacock can digest anything. Not in real life, but it can take any energy and digest it. This is a very rare kind of person. And this is what I feel like, just being in the belly of the snake too. You guys are being digested by another person's experience, and I don't feel like you're digestible. It wasn't meant to be digestible by this person either. That's their lesson. But this is also like, there's a caution towards what you're putting forward as far as like your plumage, your show. What are you showing the world, and is that authentic? Do you need to show the world something? This is a situation where I feel like maybe not. Maybe you can keep your feathers down, right? You are going through the trenches, and only the people that are there in the trenches with you need to know about that, right? You can talk about it later once you're out of the belly. With the deer, this is that like peaceful, tranquil, protective mother energy when there is a new birth, that kind of calm and strength that moves through the room that you can feel, that silence, that is the storm. I feel like there's this encouragement to move in darkness and in silence. Like you are in a place that is dark, so that is your request, is you have to move through that density. Because of that density, there is no noise either. There's no sense in making a sound. Okay, so I just get this feeling of like, keep things close to your chest, closing ranks, all right? Only those that really need to know about what's going on are privy to that, okay? So let's pull an oracle card for you here as well. And this is the Blue Angel Oracle we're going to be working with today. What do we have for Capricorn, please, Spirit? Ooh. Top, okay. Ooh, Pendragon Sword, you guys, damn. This is a powerful one. 25, 25 on the timer there. I'm going to read this in the book too, but this is like, as long as you remain worthy to use this energy, you have this energy, this privilege of this energy. So, Pendragon sword, balanced power. This consecrated sword represents balance, power, and wisdom, qualities bestowed only to those who have earned them. And this is what I feel like this is the lesson. You're learning how to pull the Pendragon sword out here, okay? Excalibur, the Pendragon sword. You need to make yourself worthy by getting out of this situation as honorably as possible. Interesting. This is a coming of age for you. Much can be accomplished now with relative ease, provided you remain balanced and grounded. You are bestowed the power of the dragon, ruler, king, and magician. That's a lot. This great honor and privilege is also a great responsibility. You can hold this power indefinitely for as long as you honor, respect, and use it wisely. Yes. So this is where I'm getting chills on that. This is where the respect and the wisdom comes in using this energy is understanding that this is not a situation about good guys and bad guys, okay? That is kind of like the crux of this lesson is what's coming through for me. You can wield this power, which is both creation and destruction, chaos and bliss, for you to use as you see fit, as long as you use it honorably, responsibly, and with wisdom. So this feels like it's a big lesson for you in learning like true balance, stepping away from blame or shame more, pointing good guys, bad guys, winners, losers. There's a whole powerful realm in the middle of all of that a lot of us don't experience. And I feel like this is your initiation into that. Ooh, I got chills on that. All over. Goodness. This is your initiation, Capricorn. Your expansion, ascension, and initiation into this powerful, powerful energy. Ooh, awesome. Okay, Capricorn, I'm going to leave this portion here. I'm going to move into the extended. If you'd like to join me there, I do have links in the description. You can purchase that individually or join a membership. If this is where I leave you, thank you guys so much for joining me. Like I said, I will see you all very, very soon. Okay? Be well.